Hello everyone, my name is Onsite TV, and tonight I am going to react to all 7 true deep horror stories animated at the same time. So this is going to be a long, very long video. And also I'm doing 2 more videos tonight as well. So be on the lookout for them. Please leave a like and subscribe. Also, hopefully we get to 500k soon. I mean, not 500k, 5k soon. Let's go. Suspenseful.
When I was 16, I was on my laptop late at night with all of my lights turned off. This was nothing out of the regular because I did this every night. But this night would not end as a regular night.
Sorry, that was my stomach.
At this point in my life, I thought I was an untouchable teenager. I just wanted to throw that
So you
out there.
thought.
I decided to go on the deep web, but it wasn't my first time.
Why?
As I have probably done this almost every night for about 2 weeks now. But I never saw anything weird, just mystery boxes and weirdos with fake gore videos. So this night, I decided to go a little darker, even though my friend, who got me into visiting the deep web, he told me not to click on anything crazy. What's the worst that can happen?
Warning you?
So I come across these weird links that say toenails for sale, and other stuff like Michael Jackson's breath in a jar for sale. Weird. To myself, I thought, this isn't dark, it's just some weird stuff. So I started searching even more. Then I saw other stuff like, is anyone in need of a 4-year-old boy?
Don't.
And who needs a woman mannequin? I sort of laughed when I saw that one. Then I started searching for more. Then I started to see the sick stuff. Fresh body parts for sale. Real life snuff film for sale. And a link that said, don't click or else. So I sat there and I stared at the don't click or else. So guess what I did?
Warning on there for a reason.
Yep, you're right. I clicked it. When I clicked on the link, my laptop started glitching, and it went black for a second, then back to the screen where I clicked the link. I was confused, so I clicked it again, and it did the same thing. Again, I was confused. So I clicked it one last time, and it went straight to a screen that was black. And out of nowhere, a chat bubble popped up that said, I told you not to click it. I thought to myself that this was a bot and someone trying to scare me, so I X'd out of it. So I just sat there, looking at the screen, waiting for something to happen for about 5 minutes, and nothing. So I got up and I left my laptop on my bed so I can go downstairs to get something to drink. And while I was in the kitchen, I heard my little sister walking around in her room, which is right above the kitchen, but usually she's asleep by now. But I thought nothing of it. I go back upstairs, get back in my bed, and back on my laptop. By that time, I had to touch the mouse pad to get the screen back on. As the screen faded back on, I can tell something looked different. Then the text bubble popped up and it said, don't ignore me. I thought to myself, this is another bot. I clicked X and it was gone. Then the chat bubble popped up again and it said, you were thirsty. At this point, I was honestly scared because
he's in the house.
I was babysitting my sister and my parents were out on a date night. I responded with the question, you can see me? Then the other person immediately responded, you don't have to type, just talk. I can hear you. I was shocked and I literally said, oh my God. As soon as I said that, the guy responded in the chat and it said, God has nothing to do with this. I hopped up and put my Adidas on so I can haul ass out of my room to get my sister. Then a photo came through the chat and it was a picture of my little sister sleeping. I took off into my sister's room and there she was sleeping with the window wide open. I woke her up and yelled for her to come with me so we can get outside. As we exited her room to run toward the stairs, My parents' room door opened slowly. We
Time to
stopped
run.
running because we were confused. My parents were supposed to be gone.
Uh-uh.
I yelled out for my mom and my dad.
Why
Then
would
I
you
received
yell
a
and you
text
know they're
message from
gone?
a weird number from overseas that said, "No, but if you want me to be your dad, I will." When I looked back up from my phone, my parents' door was fully open, and an older man was standing right there, dressed in fully black, smiling at us.
Run.
At that point, I was frozen in fear,
Run.
but I had two choices. Pick my 8-year-old sister up and haul ass down the stairs, or sit there like a dummy to see what this guy's intentions were.
Run.
As we're standing there, the man said, "I told you not to click the link."
Run.
As soon as he said that, I put my sister over my shoulder, and the man started running toward us. I ran outside with my sister over my shoulder. I went to my next door neighbor's house, and they called the police while I called my parents on the phone. When the cops arrived, they searched the house, and the man wasn't there. I turned over my laptop and my cell phone to the cops. My parents arrived, and they were visibly upset. And as I was giving my statement to the cops, my mother, she received a text message that said, "Your daughter looks tasty." And my father received a text that said, "I told him not to click the link." Till this day, the man has not been found, and I will never visit the deep web again.
Glad you learned your lesson after he tried to kill you.
No.
Alright, we're back. Five days later. What's wrong with him? There's no announcer this time. Ooh, I know you can't see. Don't tell me he went back. Don't tell me this idiot went back to the dark. What is he doing? Oh Lord, kid, what are you doing? Who is whistling? Nope. Too bad. Cute rabbits. What happened to him? Okay, what the hell? Y'all know y'all wrong for this. A power drill? Oh, this girl's finna die. Why are you still watching this? Calm down, Roger, man. Your nerves are going. No. This idiot went back on the wheel. I don't want to know. Nope. They are real, buddy. Michael, how do you know your name? I'll be right there next to you. Ooh. Don't. He sees you, buddy. Why would you get back on your laptop? Ooh. There he is. Right behind you. Yeah, you did, buddy. You're dead, buddy. Oh, gotcha. There you go. Selling this man on the black market. Sweet. The whole cult tribe. You feeling it down in a couple seconds. Yeah, there's that power wheel. Goodbye. See you. Yep, there you go. Hold up, y'all. Alright, y'all, we're back, and here is part 2. Let's go. But this one gonna be scarier than the last. Sorry for my eyes, like it's a bit crooked, kind of sideways, I'm a little bit tired. My vision's a little blurry, but I can still see fine.
This all started the night my girlfriend dumped me on Valentine's Day.
Jesus.
The bad thing is that she lives right across the street from me. Anyways, with no date, I visited the deep web for about an hour. Then I went to a discussion forum. I decided to leave her address in there with the title of Visit If You Want a Good Time. Nobody responded to it, so I got off the laptop and played PUBG. About 2 hours after I started, I got bored, so I went back on that discussion board and noticed a few replies. It was 27 replies from the same person, and it asked, "Are you home?" I didn't think much of it, and I got off my laptop again. I decided to play a prank and order some pizza to my ex-girlfriend's house. About 45 minutes later, I see a car pull up with no lights on. At this time, it's about 8 p.m., so it's pretty dark by now. I thought to myself that this was weird. Anyways, the car parked, and the man in all black got out and started walking to her door.
That's bad news.
But he didn't have any pizza. I thought that was really weird, so at that point I walked away from my window because she'll be able to see me when she opens her door, and it'd be pretty obvious that I played a prank. When I came back to the window, I saw something that made my blood boil to the fullest. This man was dragging her down her front stairs and she was kicking and screaming. I then opened my window and yelled for him to stop. Then I proceeded to run down the stairs to go outside to help her, but...
Mistake number one. You should just let her die. He grabbed her. That's your ex. See, you don't save ex-females. You let them die. I'll stop y'all. All right, continue.
By the time I got outside, he was in the car with her. I jumped in front of the car to stop him, but he hit me with it, and he sped off with her inside. I laid there in pain until the pizza man actually showed up.
See?
He called the cops.
What you get for being Captain Saver?
I never told anyone that I provided her address. But at the same time, that person replied, and he said thank you in that post. I can't tell anyone about this because I don't know what would happen to me. But since that day, no one has seen my ex-girlfriend, and I will never go back on the deep or the dark web.
Well, oh well. That nigga in the jump scare. I'm sick of all these jump scares. You know she's dead. I hate when there's no commentary. Okay, later that day. Later that same day. Oh God, here we go. Is it the same crap? Oh no, it's something different this time. What's up, bro? Ooh. So, cool, man. Okay, if it's gonna burn her alive, right? Yep, looks like it. Good. Later the same day again, okay. We'll be after him next, watch. Oh, there it is. There it is. Get smacked to the head. Just popping right in there. Yep, you nasty, buddy. You thought you were gonna get away easy, did you? Eat this and 1 hour or you die. Okay, what is he eat in an hour? Sorry, alright, I'm back. Did he eat it? I don't think he ate it. What is he supposed to eat? I think he ate it. Why are you running him on his back? They have him on camera. Oh, her eyeballs. He didn't eat it. Well, he's gonna die. Stop. And now he's on the dark web. Wow. Hold up, y'all. Part 3. Let's go. Doing the whole 9 yards in this video. No matter how scared I get, I'm gonna stay brave for y'all on-site shooters. I'll try.
A few years ago, I had a fixation with the deep in the dark web. There was a room named Onama Feast that I'd go into, and all it would show was a man eating. To me, it was odd because I really didn't know why I was watching a man eat.
What was he eating?
I saw that there were a lot of people, so I joined it. Anyway, he had a regular middle-class kitchen in which he ate his food. I couldn't tell what type of meat it was, but everyone in the chat would comment on how they would cook their onama. I don't know, but it was spelled O-N-A-M-U-H. I didn't know what that meant, so I Googled it, of course, and it was a song. I really didn't get it. Everyone kept typing that word. No one would type full sentences, just words. They kept saying Onama daughter. After about 20 minutes into his meal, I typed, what does it mean? This username called Sprinkles88 replied saying it's humano backwards. I thought to myself that humano means human in Spanish. I thought, why do they keep saying humano, daughter then? So I typed it. They mostly replied with, you don't know what you're watching, do you? And you must be lost. I typed, I'm serious, why is everyone saying this? It was at least a minute until username Damergeen replied with, the meat he is eating is human meat. In fact, it's his daughter. If you don't want to be his meal, then I suggest you get the fuck out of this live stream.
Go.
I quickly closed the stream, my browser, and shut down my laptop. I sat there for about 15 minutes silent. I was thinking to myself, what did I just watch? Was he really eating human meat?
What?
Or were they just messing with me?
No, they weren't.
I don't know, but I never went back on that live stream, nor did I ever visit the dark web again.
Good. Oh, here we go with the silent part. Hate these parts. Later day. Hopefully this guy survives. Why would you go back on that? No. Leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. Do you watch horror shows part? Really? Really? Does it taste like KFC? Yes, I do. Yes, sir. Yes, more. One piece of yes. Oh, yeah. These are good little cannibals here. One more human. I'd like to save a live voting poll. If there is more than 10,000 votes, I will do her as well. Who is her? Oh, the same girl from the last one. His other daughter? Oh my god. Uh-oh. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4, 6, and he has the nerve to smile. 7, oh yeah, she finna go. 8, 9, oh she already dead. 10, oh, hope she did. 10K. We'll see you this time.
Please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me.
Wow. My eye is crossed in amazement. Part 4. Let's keep going. You see how my eyes are crossed? Can't see straight because I'm so scared. I'll pop up again, ain't it? Yep. Stop it. Nightmare Field, stop it. Stop doing that random jump scare. I don't like you for that. Yeah, I was starting off with a glitchy laptop. Okay, please let's get to the story. Please. Thank you. Oh, it's about a clown. Why?
I'm 26 years old, and this story happened about 5 months ago.
Okay.
One night I woke up at around 1 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep.
Should
Usually
stay
when
to
this
see.
happens, I go on my laptop and I go on social media or I watch YouTube.
Oh, he watches
I got pretty
him,
bored
really.
after a while, and then remember my friend telling me about the deep web,
You know what?
and
Hold
even
on,
worse, the
y'all. I'm gonna subscribe to him. You know what? He makes some pretty good stories. All right, let's continue.
dark web. I thought it's the perfect time to check it out. When I go on there was a lot of links to click on.
Not this again.
Hitmen for hire, human body parts for sale, torture, all kinds of stuff. I click one link that
I'm
said
noticing
home
that the
invasion live
videos
stream.
all chained together.
The first thing I saw upon clicking was a man filming himself. He was wearing a clown mask and held up a large knife imitating slicing his own throat. He then turned the camera around to film a window that was slightly open. He took his shoes off and slowly slid the window open and climbed inside. You could see him sneaking upstairs. He entered the bathroom where he made a small cut on his arm with the knife he was carrying. He got all the toothbrushes and rubbed them in his open wound and put them back how he found them. I didn't really feel comfortable watching this.
He's in your
But after
house,
seeing
bro.
it, I was disgusted. I couldn't click away. I was too enticed by this and what he was doing, so I kept watching.
Hell no.
He then
it's
opened the
time to
door
go.
to a bedroom where a man and a woman were sleeping. He leaned over to the man, put his hands right next to his face, almost touching him. Then the same again with the blade that he was carrying. He pressed the knife right up to his throat, almost making contact. The masked man then went and stood right next to the woman on her side of the bed and stood there just staring at her, just watching her breathe as she slept.
Don't
After
wake
just
up.
standing there, he pulled something out of his pocket and placed it next to the woman's pillow. I couldn't see what it was, but then he zoomed in. It was a note with the words, "I could have killed your whole family," written on it. He then snuck out of the bedroom, and I said out loud, "This guy is so fucked up." He paused, and he turned the camera onto himself and just stared at it. I thought, that's weird. It's like he heard me say that. He was still staring at the camera, in fact. It was like he was staring at me. After a short pause, he carried on sneaking around downstairs and quietly climbed out the window, and the stream ended. At that point, I also had enough for one night and decided to try and sleep. I never told anyone that I went on the deep web. And about 3 weeks after watching that live stream, I woke up one morning to see a note next to my pillow, and it read,
God.
"So who's fucked up now?" Yeah, I was scared, but I didn't tell anybody because it sounds fake. But I tell you what, I will never go back on the deep or the dark web again.
That's what they all say, buddy.
Google and Facebook track you and
1 week later, here we go. Can I just skip this? No. That's the family. It's a week later. Okay, we be trying. Okay, Sarah. Don't be scared. Not if that random note left last night. A week ago, whatever. There he is. What's up, buddy? With the clown mask. You need Jesus, buddy. Y'all take the holy water. This is why we watching scary movies with one eye. I want to see, but I don't want to get too close. Yep, there he is. See ya. You dead? So what? I can always say shh. It's funny how none of the characters fight back. Me, if somebody would have came to my room like that, I'm fighting. Alright, I'm back, y'all. The next day. Man gone. Husband gone. Well, time to go. Either A, find your son, or B, get out of there. Oh, there he is. It's the next night. The brother who was watching it. House invasion remains there. Who needs a woman mannequin? Oh. I see us connecting together. Poor kid. Human centipede. Snuffing. Ew. That looks nasty. Why does it look like a baby alien? They need to stop these random jump scares. I'm serious. See how my eye keep crossing up? Focus. That's really gross. A human centipede. Ugh. I understand centipedes are harmless, but still, that looks gross. Why so angry? Okay, you got a screwdriver. All them lined up. And this is gonna lead to part 5. I'm dead. Success. Oh my god. Part 5. Stop it with the jump scares. Not this dude again. Yeah, I remember you on the knife and the. How did he kill the husband? So that's the husband right there. So you could have. Y'all should have been moved. Y'all should have been moved out of the state. I feel sorry for the kid. He didn't know what went on. Part 5. Help me.
A few nights ago, I was looking through my emails when I received a message from an unknown sender. It had a link attached to it. Unfortunately, I clicked on the link, and it showed that I was in a live stream of someone's apartment. It took me a second to realize that it was my apartment. I was being recorded on the live stream.
Leave.
There was a comment section, and I started to read what people were saying. Honestly, it was sickening. They were saying things like, "I can't wait for this cunt to panic. And please, please make her scream in agony." I felt like throwing up. I picked up my phone to call the police, but it wasn't working.
Dude.
For some reason, I couldn't get a signal. I then tried the landline phone, but that wasn't working either. At that point, I heard a knock on the door. I looked through the peephole to see 3 large men in overalls carrying a blowtorch, pliers, and a hammer. One of them also had it looked like a duffel bag, and what I'm guessing was more tools. I was crying and panicking now, thinking I was about to die. I looked back through the peephole, and as soon as I did, one of them covered the glass with a rag or something. and I started to hear banging and drilling coming from the other side of the door. I was pacing back and forth thinking of what to do. I then opened the window and looked out on the ground. My apartment is on the second floor, so it's pretty high. At this point, the three men smashed the door down and ran into my apartment. I quickly climbed out through the window and I hang down. At that point, I heard the men shouting, but I didn't understand what they were saying. It sounded like it was Russian or something. As I was dangling down the window, about to drop, one of them smashed my fingers with a hammer. I screamed and dropped to the floor and I was unconscious. Thankfully, when I woke up, I was in the hospital and not in someone's basement. 4 of my fingers were completely broken. My ankle was broken, and I had 3 fractured ribs.
Sheesh.
The police came to talk to me shortly after I woke up. They informed me that I was a victim of the dark web snuff stream. The cameras were planted in my apartment when I was away, and I'm lucky to be alive. I was lucky someone found me on the ground and called 911. This happened to me last week. I'm too scared to go back to my apartment, and I'm currently staying with my parents across the country.
Better. Good. Stay there. Far, far away, and don't even get it on a laptop. Get a new one. Alright, so let's see how she doing. Lola, who's in that truck? Oh, jeez. She got kidnapped. Oh my god. So they don't quit, bro. I mean, they persistent. Even if you're across some country, you ain't safe. She was the one holding up that sign. Alright, y'all. This is going to be like the first video I drop of the True Dark Web stories. This is part 1 through 5. And then I'm going to upload 6 and 7 right after this. Oh, well, 6 and 7. Alright, after this uploads. Alright, y'all. Peace.